December marks 33 years that a Live Oak family has waited for answers. 33 years they've been waiting for answers. They have faced dead ends, dried up leads, and very few tips. But they have not lost hope that someone can help solve the crime that changed their lives.
Our Katie Jeffries leads our Unsolved series featuring local cold cases, and she joins us now with more.
It doesn't matter how big a family is. When a loved one is lost, that creates a void that will never be filled. Eugene Parnell, also known as Johnny or JP, was the youngest of 7 and an employee at his family's tow truck business. But on a chilly December morning in 1989, his life was taken. I-10 carries scores of travelers every day through Suwannee County, some local, some just passing through. But in 1989, if you broke down, walking to a call box on the interstate was your only option to call for help. On December 4th, 1989, just after 8 in the morning, Parnell Wrecker Service got a call that a motorist was broken down on I-10 about 1.5 miles from US 90.
Eugene come in, told his mom he would take it.
That was the last time Ida Parnell would see her son alive. Not far away, Johnny's older brother, Charles Parnell, was getting ready to also head into work at the Wrecker Service.
I heard a gunshot. I said, that's kind of strange this early in the morning.
He kept getting ready, but then his phone rang.
Then my mom called me back and said that Johnny was out there laying next to the truck. I said, all right, so I jumped in my truck and run out there at 273 mile marker, and Johnny was laying on his back with his hands out onto the side.
A passerby had spotted the body by the tow truck. These are a few of the original photos taken at the scene. The broken down motorist that needed help was nowhere to be found. But in looking at the tow truck, it appears Johnny was in the process of helping someone when he was attacked.
The winch cable was pulled out, and the lift body was up, and like he was fixing to load a vehicle.
And it appears a struggle ensued. His glasses were knocked into the grass, a glove thrown from his hand. But Johnny had died from a gunshot wound to the chest.
It really shocked me because he'd been the last person on earth I'd have thought that somebody would have done that too. I mean, it was a total shock, and it still is.
The Parnell family calls it a senseless death. Johnny had barely any money on him at the time.
$50. That's all the boy had on him was $50.
It's unclear, though, if robbery was the motive. But as a former Air Force veteran, father, and a man described as a friend's friend, those who knew Johnny say they don't know why someone would kill him.
We didn't do anything illegal. We didn't do drugs. We didn't buy drugs, and you know, we didn't break the law.
Because of the rotation of the call box wrecker services, Tompkins says it's unlikely Johnny was specifically targeted. In the initial days of the investigation in 1989, part of it centered on the murder weapon. A newspaper article says it was a rifle, but it was never recovered. Also, the paper says one motorist reported seeing a light blue or gray pickup parked on the interstate near the Parnell tow truck, but that report was unconfirmed. Months turned into years, but the pain didn't ease for the Parnell family.
I think about him every day. He's in my dreams, but he's not a grown man in my dreams. He's a young kid, like I remember him in my wedding. I would like to see that person be punished for what he had done, not just to JP, but for the rest of our family.
But this case isn't over. Investigator Tompkins says the clothing and evidence taken from the scene can be tested at FDLE with new technology. Especially since it appears a struggle took place. There is a greater chance of DNA from the suspect on Johnny's clothing. While it isn't a guarantee for answers, Tompkins says he plans to do everything he can to get this case closed.
The way I see it, Eugene was his mama's child, and somebody took that child from her. And to find the person that did that and give her justice and closure, that's my goal.
If you know anything about the death of Johnny Parnell, please contact the Suwannee County Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers. Katie Jeffries, First Coast News, on your side.